Hello, good day to you. It's Talkin really, and quite often when we're in the UK we tend to have a little moan about the way that we're treated, by everybody, by the government, by social services. We've got a really hard life, as it were, in the Western world for if you're disabled. Let's have a little thought and a prayer for those people that live elsewhere, because quite often the situation is a lot worse. So this story that I want to highlight, I saw it the other day and it was quite upsetting and also very typical of foreign countries, where the attitude towards disability varies from just bearing with it and burying them in cow dung to hopefully cure them of their disability, or they have to go onto the street and beg, or even put into institutions where they are left basically to their own devices. And to me, that's no life to have, but this is the way it is in the world. So, people talk about the UK, they talk about Western world being quite bad, and it, technically it's not as bad as it could be. I know we have problems with the Tory government and all of that, but when you put it into perspective, we have nothing really to worry about. So this story is a boy with cerebral palsy was left without a carer after his father developed a fever. Now, this story is about the coronavirus, which is in China, and this boy is a 17-year-old boy with cerebral palsy from a rural village in China, Hubei province. And he's died because his relatives were unable to care for him after being quarantined as a result of the coronavirus outbreak. The government officials from Hongnan County, 60 miles north of the provincial capital, Wuhan, where the outbreak first started, have launched an investigation into the death, which was picked up by other local media. The boy, named Yang Chen, was found dead in his bed on Wednesday, 6 days after his father and his 11-year-old brother were taken from their home and quarantined at a facility 15 miles to the south. Both people had developed a fever and were suspected of having the virus. Yang Chen was left alone at home. Unable to get out of quarantine, his father posted messages asking for help on the social media platform Weibo, which is the one that they allow in China, because social media is not really allowed. Village officials reportedly visited Yan, but fed him only twice over the 6-day period. A group called Rice and Millet, founded by a former state media journalist and focused on children with cerebral palsy and other illnesses, posted photos of the boy in the wheelchair and in bed. The group posted a statement on Wednesday saying that Yan's aunt visited him after his other relatives were taken away, but was not able to visit him during his final 3 days because of her own ill health. Caused by The Guardian, this was where the story appears, to the Hongnan County government were referred to Hubei town. Phones at the government office there rang unanswered on Thursday, and the new virus has now infected more people in China than were made ill there during the 2002-03 outbreak of SARS, which is another type of coronavirus. So let's put things into perspective. There are a lot of things going on there, but this is probably atypical of a disabled person's life in other countries around the world. Please be aware that I have travelled extensively and seen how disabled people live, for example. And I've been to Russia, where in general the disabled people, the adult disabled people, are very lucky to have a job, but if they don't have a job, then they end up begging on the street and in the subways. So it's not an easy life with anybody with a disability. And also, you've probably seen the programs about India and Pakistan where people with disabilities end up on the street alone and looking after themselves. And those other ones who can't look after themselves are in institutions. Anyway, have a good day, and I'll catch you again for another vlog. Bye for now.